Today I'm going to show you guys how to change the oil in a Super Duty today. But I know most of you already know how to change the oil, so that's not really what this video is about. What I do want to show you guys is how to protect yourself when you have a truck that are extremely expensive today, still under warranty, how to protect yourself. You'll need a 15 millimeter. This has the 7.3 Godzilla V8. I write the date. I write the date and the mileage on every filter. You can see on this one, it actually rubbed off a little bit, but it's still kind of on there. So I'll write it on there after I get it installed and clean. That when you look underneath there, you can see it. Always make sure your gasket comes off. That's my problem with, no offense if you're an oil lube and tech, but I've just seen stuff too many times. And one of the things is double gasketing, which will a lot of times not leak right away. But on my son-in-law's very expensive GMC, my daughter was driving it, and they had double gasketed, and it just blew all the oil out at a stoplight. Luckily, she got it shut down in time. Until I'm not a seasoned professional, I'm in a mess all over my hands. Since that one rubbed off, I'm gonna ride it another spot, see if we can't get it to stay. The Godzilla holds 8 quarts of oil. I run a 530 full synthetic Pennzoil Ultra Platinum. Not saying it's the greatest, and that's Josie over there. I'm not saying it's the greatest one-all be-all oil, but from my research, it seems like pretty good. But I still run the Motocraft oil filter. But I did switch because these trucks come with a Motocraft synthetic blend. But I switched to full synthetic. All right, it's had enough time for the oil to drip. Something else that I do other than just writing the dates on the filter is I save all the receipts. And I don't know about you guys, and don't forget this step right here. You have just a little lube on that new gasket. But you have to save all your receipts and keep them in your truck. So on the Super Duty, you've got the glove box, but then under the Super Duty logo, on the passenger side, there's a nice small little compartment that's perfect to keep your registration and those kinds of things, like your oil change receipts. Just hand tight. I mean, get it snug. Always make sure to check your old oil. You can see I'm doing everything in the rocks, but I set this down upright, just like I did the filter. You don't want any debris in there. Make sure your O-ring on is still good. Once again, just snug and clean, guys, because otherwise, if you don't clean any of the drips, off, you might think you got a leak when you don't. I might have said it already, but one of the things is you want to inspect your old oil. Make sure there's no shavings or anything. If you guys aren't familiar with these engines, I'm a gearhead. I love like Chevrolet stuff, especially for hot rod stuff. But when I was shopping for a truck, searching all the new big dog gas engines, from horsepower to towing to everything, this 7.3 Godzilla smoked everybody. I mean, smoked them. From you Hemi guys to you 6.6 guys. Sorry. That bad boy right there beats them all. All right, so 8 quarts of oil. So everything that I get, I buy all this stuff from Amazon. I'll put I'm not an affiliate, but I'll put the stuff in what I use in the description. So much easier, so much cheaper. I mean, the big box parts stores, I won't mention any names. I ain't trying to start any trouble, but they've just gotten outrageous. I mean, like, it's really bad. So these jugs are 5-quart jugs. The Godzilla needs 8 of them. Make sure you got a nice clean funnel. Cows aren't very happy with me over there. They ain't had their breakfast. All right, so 8 quarts of full thin synthetic. Something else that I do, guys. I love how this says 20,000 miles of protection, which that's good. But I change the oil in this thing every 5,000 miles. All the new engines, for whatever reason, have trouble with the cam and the lifters delaminating and basically ruining the short block. So if we can help that at all, oil's cheap compared to an engine. Could have used a little bit better filter or a little bit better funnel. Last thing I want to share with you guys, there was a case called the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act, a federal law that passed because of where consumers had to go to bat against the manufacturers because they were trying not to warranty major components because either an independent shop or a individual had been doing their own service. And that being said, you got to make sure you do your things right. But I encourage you guys to do your own service. Keep records. That's the number one thing. I personally have not been through a warranty dispute. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus, for that. But I've read a lot about it. This is the most expensive vehicle that I've ever bought, so I wanted to make sure that I did things right because I can't afford to buy that engine. So anyway, I hope this helps you guys. Simple, basic, but I hope this just kind of lets everybody know you don't have to pay a dealership to change your oil. You don't have to because they always try to rope you in the service agreements. If you talk to anybody behind the curtain at a dealership, they'll tell you the service department is what makes the money for the whole dealership. Yeah, they make money on the vehicles, but the majority of their profit comes from the service department. And the oil change is the easiest way to protect your investment, save some money, put the right oil and filter that you want. Make sure it's done right. I'm letting that oil drain down to the pan. We will, something else that I didn't show or add is you can fill your oil filter up. That'll help keep the dry start. Fill your new oil filter up. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Remember, feed your critters, love your neighbor, and follow Jesus. And there's lots of content up here on Pace Acre channel outside of changing the oil on a Super Duty. Have a great day.